You know, I'm really getting sick of Britain being blamed for all of the world's ills. It's starting to really piss me off. By the way, when I say Britain, I don't mean the British people. The British people are completely innocent. I'll get onto that in a second, but I'm just tired of Britain in general being painted as this bad guy in history. We've done more good to the world than any other country has ever done. We brought the world civilization. All of these things that these people are using to denigrate Britain were invented by us. The microphones, the stage that she's on, this plastic in the glasses. I mean, we probably didn't invent plastic. I think that was the Americans. But still, you get the point, right? I think white people in general have done really good things for the world. Yeah, we've done some bad things, but so has everyone else in world history. There's no innocent players here. So blaming one group of people is just going to piss us off, and then we're just going to get to the point where we're not going to be tolerant or diverse anymore. We're just going to be actually the opposite of that. We're going to get to the point where we're going to get really, really angry. All of this blaming the British for everything that's gone wrong needs to stop. Okay? So Britain planted the seed of this catastrophe. They're blaming us for the Palestine crisis. The fact that two groups of people can't live together for some reason and they just keep killing each other, that's Britain's fault. It's our fault for this happening. So Britain planted the seed of this catastrophe with the Balfour Declaration, promising away land that was never theirs to give. Palestine is a new country. It's the same age as Israel. So what, we should not have given that to the Jews or the Palestinians? I mean, I get the historical context, okay? But I'm playing devil's advocate. You can't have it both ways. You want us to just not do anything in history, be completely benign, have an empire but don't change anything, have an empire but don't actually go anywhere, don't do a single thing, just have a benign empire which the world is unaffected by. Or we had an empire that had some bad parts, but on the whole was pretty good, as empires go. Yeah, there was some bad things, but on the whole, I would say, look at any other empire in history, and we really didn't do anything that bad. Yeah, we allotted some lands to some people. That's not really that bad a thing, okay, guys? I'm just saying, it's not really that bad. We said, okay, here's some borders. Just work it out, guys. Can you work it out? You can work it out. You're going to sign an agreement. Okay, you've signed an agreement. Don't kill each other. And then for the next 100 years, all they've done is killed each other. This is not our fault. Let's get on to this. By the way, look at that nose. I'm always curious when I see people shitting on England with this kind of a nose.
Britain planted the seed of this catastrophe with the Balfour Declaration, promising away a land that was never theirs to give.
Actually, it was our land. We had an empire. And then we gave away that empire. You're welcome. How many empires have done that in history, by the way? Just willingly gave up territory. Just like, okay, you want independence? Sure, okay, there you go. Not many, I don't think.
And this does not mean denying the horror that befell the Jewish people in Europe, nor the need.
So she's admitting that we did it out of altruism. We did it out of empathy. We did it for good reasons, right? She's admitting that, but she's saying, you're still scum.
To protect them. But why has that
Look at them holding Palestinian flags. Jesus Christ.
protection come at the expense?
Oh, and by the way, anyone in the comments that thinks I use Jesus Christ as a swear word, it's not a swear word, okay? It's not anything like that. I use Jesus Christ as a shield. It shields me from the bullshit
Of another people who had nothing to do with European anti-Semitism. The Palestinians.
They have a lot to do with anti-Semitism now, though, don't they? They have quite a lot to do with it now. Wait, and I'm just wondering why. If they had nothing to do with anti-Semitism, and then we put a bunch of Jews right next to them, and suddenly they're the most anti-Semitic people in the world, and they've been fighting them non-stop. How did that happen? What happened there, guys? That's a bit weird, isn't it?
People had nothing to do with European crimes then and now. And even today.
Again, the framing. What European crimes? What are you talking about? And again, that nose is very prominent.
Palestinians continue to suffer while our governments turn a blind eye, or worse, they are complicit.
Okay, so what that sounds like is a Jewish woman is blaming Britain for destroying Palestine. That's what it sounds like to me. And by the way, I just want to say the British people themselves, when she says the British, and I've seen a couple of clips of people of that orientation say that it's all the British and the British themselves deserve a special place in hell. I would just like to say, the British people have never ever had a good time under our government. Our government has consistently been evil and nasty and twattish towards the people themselves. We've had to live in slums. We've had to be serfs. We were literal slaves at one point. We've managed to have a couple of revolutions where we gained some small freedoms, but ultimately we've been under the thumb of our government for hundreds of years, thousands, okay? So we have not had a good time of it. If there's any person in the world that could say that they have suffered under the regime of the British government, it is the British people themselves. So I don't accept this. I don't want this. This is absolute garbage. I do not accept the fact that we're being blamed for the ills of history. And I don't like that we're being forced to take in Palestinian refugees. We all know the plan, guys. Get them out of Gaza, put them wherever they can get them, as long as they're in Europe, as long as they're making Europe a different place moving forward. In their own words, they want Europe never to be a threat on the world stage ever again. And there's a good reason why we're seeing masses upon masses of people invade our countries. For a very good reason, guys, for a very good reason. Destabilization and then the overthrow of Western civilization. There's only a very few group of countries in the world that would benefit from that. Work out which ones they are in your own time. I'll see you later.